Good evening, infidels. Tonight I come with the topic of the younger generation. My friend and I were talking, and we realized that the younger generation is trying to be too much like the older generation. And by that I mean there are 12 and 13 year olds. Hold on a second, please. There are 12 and 13 year olds hanging around I want to say 18 to 20 year olds, and they're getting the wrong impressions. I know a girl who is 13 and she's pregnant right now. So what I'm trying to get across here is there's a line that they should not cross, and they've already crossed it. This country as a whole is already collapsing because of the idiots that we have in our government system. If we keep this up, this country will not last long. This country will collapse. And when that happens, everyone's going to be pointing fingers at each other, when really they should be pointing the fingers at themselves, because the parents are raising a very stupid generation. There's kids going out at 12 and 13 drinking and smoking and doing all these other things, which it's not legal. It's corrupting the kids. Then you've got the kids that are only 8 swearing and cussing. I actually yelled at the kid the other day when I went out because he was wearing his pants down below his butt and he was swearing and cussing. I looked at him and told him, "You're white, act your age and stop acting like a black and Puerto Rican." Which, by the way, I am racist, but I do know the difference between a good black guy, Puerto Rican, and Portuguese, and a bad one. Like, take example, you walk into Walmart and you see people pulling out 2 and 3 welfare cards. That's not right. That's corrupting the system. That's where a lot of the American dollars go to, and that's ridiculously a lot. I'm sorry, I got off topic for a second. But the younger generation is following in my generation's footsteps, and that is not a good thing at all, because that means we're raising an even stupider generation, and to be raising a stupider generation in this time period is not good. Kids need to have set rules. They need to stop being disobedient to their parents. It's getting ridiculous, actually. It's just there's no point. It's getting out of hand. I'm trying to think of how I can explain this better, but I can't really think of one. Alright, let's use an example. When not my generation, but the generation before mine, when they went to school, they had full-length pants on, no shirts showing off their stomachs and half of their boobs. Today's generation, they go to schools where you can almost see all of the girl's boobs. You can see everything that the girl has, which no 13-year-old, 12-year-old, even 11-year-old should be wearing that. If you're 18 or 17 or 18, that's acceptable, because even 16, it's acceptable because you're starting to get to that age where you're experimenting more and you want to try things out. But 11, 12, and 13, that is not needed at all. Both mine and their generation are going to collapse this country, and this is not ending well. I'm still open to topics. I plan on posting another video about this. That's all I have to say right now. Good evening and good night, infidel.